Chet Womack here from freedogclass.com, and I wanted to answer the question about how to keep a dog from pulling on its leash, which always comes up, and I wanted to just kind of maybe give you a little different perspective if you're new to training dogs on a leash. If you're an expert, this video will not help you. This is for new people. And I wanted to give you an overview of what the process looks like, because I find that the biggest mistake people make is they don't actually understand the right stages for training leash training. They're like, oh, use a collar and jerk him when he gets to the end of the leash. Okay, okay, maybe, right. That sounds good. So you'll try it and it doesn't really work, and these different sorts of things. So I want to talk to you about the biggest reason that I think people fail, and that is because they move too fast and they go through the stages out of order for how to, what I do, properly distraction-proof your dog. You see, dogs on a leash, to be good on a leash, to have good leash manners, need to have the ability to control their emotions. And you know what? Just like a newborn baby infant, it's unrealistic to expect a newborn baby infant to, like, handle emotions appropriately, right? Well, dogs are the same way. They have to be taught. They have to be taught how to handle things, and so they can, put up with, in more and more intense situations. And the only way that you can learn that is in baby steps, and there's a proper order to it, and I want to share that order with you here. So the first thing that I think people don't do is they don't start getting their dog comfortable with the leash. You got to have the leash on all the time, indoors, so that the leash is comfortable. And then you actually start the training indoors with the leash manners without any distractions. And then you add kids. You add those distractions. And then you move outside. And a big thing people don't understand is you don't want to go outside on grass. Grass will have a raccoon scent running through it, or coyotes that ran by, or if you're in a neighborhood, people have brought their dogs out to pee on that grass, those sorts of things. So you go outside on concrete. Now, some good ideas on where you can do this are church parking lots. There are these huge parking lots that really work good. There's not a lot of animals that hang out on the church parking lot. That works good. You don't want to go on neighborhood sidewalks because there's been garbage, right? Every week garbage is put out, and so the crows will come pick some garbage out, and it hits the side. The dog's peeing on the fire hydrants. There's too many smells. Dog's sense of smell is, I forget exactly, it's like 50 or 100 times, maybe it's more, I don't remember, but it's like way more sensitive than ours, and it's actually their best sense. So you need to realize that smells are a big piece that you need to avoid in the beginning of leash training, because you need to teach the dog the basics before you add a distraction. And smells are your biggest distraction, and most people don't think of it that way. After you've gone on church parking lots, you can go on to the sidewalks, maybe the ones that are out by a park where there's not had garbage on them. And then you move to your residential sidewalks. It does have a little bit of garbage. And then you can go on to grass, a big grass park with no dogs around or anything. And then you would take it to grass that's outside of a dog park. So there's lots of dog parks that have fences, or, would go, something similar. You might have to adapt that if you don't have a dog park in your area. But you do the leash work outside on grass, outside of a dog park where there's a fence in between the dogs, and they can kind of see each other and get distracted. And then you would be able to eventually take the leash training to on the grass. It's inside of a dog park that has grass, and there's other dogs going around, and your dog needs to walk through there and have leash manners. And so I wanted to share that whole overview process with you so that you understood what it took, because I think that would be instructive all by itself. To teach the whole leash training process is something that I don't feel that I can do well in a short YouTube lesson video. However, I do have a program if you happen to be interested, and if you aren't, that's cool too. But if you like my style and you would like to learn more from me, Hands-Off Training for Dogs is a program that I put out for teaching people basic obedience. A lot more than just leash training, other issues too, I won't get into all of them. It's over at handsofftrainingfordogs.com if you're interested in more, but we definitely have leash training work about specifically what you should be doing in each of those different sorts of situations over at that course that you can check out. I will talk to you soon.